Welcome to The Rocket Right Show, starring Hurricane Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar. Two busy blondes with their fingers on the pulse of all things Louisiana. Events, health, leisure, entertainment, and more. It's The Rocket Right Show. And now, here's Betsy and Kay.
And we're so glad that you can join us, because can't you just feel the pulse of Louisiana starting to quicken?
Mm-hmm. It's all right here.
Yeah, it's all near the heart, near the fuzzy.
My little feathers are definitely pulsing over there, right?
But I think everybody's so excited that we are going to have a Mardi Gras around the state. I think that people are looking forward to that. There's a lot of people that are traveling in, and it looks as though everybody is just taking a deep breath and like, okay, let's be normal.
Mm-hmm, they're
not the new normal, let's just be normal.
Right? No.
We're healthier and more checked out than we've ever been. We're healthy, we're hopefully going to be eventually wealthy, and we're all wiser for all that we've been through. But we appreciate, I think, too, the gig economy, live musicians, live entertainers, and being able to be around some of the parades and some of the different events. So, you know, when we started our show on television in July of 2020, we talked about being two busy blondes on the go on the GEAUX, hence the sign, says showing off life in Louisiana. But unfortunately, we weren't able to show off as much life in Louisiana as we wanted to.
Right.
So now we're really about to show you some life in Louisiana, because we're going to be traveling around the state, interviewing some incredibly talented people, some driven people, some motivated people, some inspired people that we are very excited about. So we're going to be going not only to some major cities, but we're going to be going to some small towns too.
Absolutely, and I love those small towns and the small town charm. And Betsy is just going to be dragging me around with her all over the state. And she's going to get her name back, Hurricane. So, because it is going to be a whirlwind of fun. And it always is when I'm with her, a whirlwind of fun.
It is. So we spent a couple of weeks celebrating Kay's birthday season.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she coined me an entire season.
An entire
and not
season.
Not just a day or a week or a month, but a season.
It was just gearing up for Mardi Gras. And then 5 months of fairs and festivals. So we're going to share some people that you might not meet along your path. And we just want to really bring the creativity out in people. We just feel that there's a time and a season for everything, and this is the time and season for us to connect and get on the go. And so we hope that you're going to enjoy some of the shows that we have ahead, and some of those we actually have snuck away and taped some of those. And so you're going to see some real
life on the road.
On the road
with Hurricane Betsy and Dr. K. It's going to be like that old TV movie, Thelma and Louise, right?
Well, the ending is going to be different. There's not going to really be an ending, and
that's right.
I don't know that we really interact with that cast of characters, but nonetheless, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. So we want to introduce you to some people that are really pretty fascinating. We think they are, and we think they're cool people that you need to meet. So we're going to be sharing a little bit about that. But one of our guests is Tiffany Dickerson, and she is one woman, 4 brands. She's pretty amazing with the people that she connects and interacts with. She's funny, she's beautiful, she's, little cray-cray fun, and that's what we like. We like the cray-cray fun and people that aren't afraid to really just show off their style, and she definitely has a unique style, and she does a lot to help people in and around the Baton Rouge community, so we're really excited that she could be with us. And we also have...
Well, we're continuing on with Cancer Prevention Month, and I know if you listen to the doctors in the last couple of weeks, there's a lot of information that you can glean. There's so many people in our communities not getting the appropriate screening, and there's no reason for that.
Right.
So we're going to be talking with Heather Johnson, with Mary Bird Perkins, who's going to talk about the different screenings and where you can get those, and going to be just a wealth of information because it is Cancer Prevention Month. And heck, we sure want to prevent
We want to
any
prevent
type of cancers that we can.
Absolutely. I mean, we've all been touched by cancer personally and professionally. And I just really appreciate what Mary Bird Perkins does. You know, we have been grateful for their sponsorship and support of sharing this information. And we just know that it's going to be a great opportunity. And every single person with Mary Bird Perkins has a calling on them. This is not just a job. So we love the people that we're able to meet and share with you with Mary Bird Perkins, because they just do a fantastic job. And then in our entertainment segment,
we're going to have your son.
Yeah, we're going to have my son, who's quite entertaining. He's been entertaining me for 23 years.
Well.
And makes me laugh in a very deep and jovial way. But he's had some good things happen to him, and so
he was
thank you for
just
suggesting
on a magazine cover talking about his fashion, his visual arts, his music, and we're going to show you some of that because those were some phenomenal pictures.
They did turn out very well.
They were
I was
amazing.
Surprised. Very.
And so we're going to get to chat with him on how he made all of that stuff happen and how he keeps so busy and made the magazine cover.
You know, it's just funny that our boys have several things in common, but they also are very different in their music genres.
Right.
So both of our boys.
Well, that's a good thing. There's so many genres of music, and there's really something for everyone out there. And sometimes you might think, like today at lunch, you know, I had a guy, he goes, I don't really listen to country, but you know, I listen to so-and-so, and I kind of like this song, and I kind of like that. So sometimes, even if you say you don't like a particular genre, you might like someone or some song within that genre, even though that might not be your primary cup of tea. But there's just so much out there for everyone, and we have so many talented Louisiana artists that we really do love shining the light on them. And so CJ is doing a Mardi Gras thing in Nashville because, you know, we want people to know our tradition.
Because the future is neon.
Well, the future is neon. That was a new single that just came out, but you know what a better time, and with all these neon colors in Mardi Gras, right?
That's right.
But it's CJ Solar and Friends at 3rd and Lindsley in Nashville. If anyone's
I
there,
love
actually
that place, y'all. I love
if anyone's
that place.
there on Fat Tuesday and not in Louisiana, it's going to feature a lot of Louisiana artists from around the state. Kylie Fry,
God, it's
Ross
a shame
Ellis,
I've got so many things
Alex
already.
Smith,
I've
Rick
got so many
Huckabee,
things already
and the list is
planned.
going to go on. And then there's some that are just we've adopted as Louisiana people because they come down here a lot.
Because they're strong
and they
enough
love
to
the
hang
state.
with us.
That's right.
They can actually keep up.
That's right.
It takes
so
a
I feel
special-
like I will be like traveling with some king cakes that direction. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'll be enjoying king cake in New Orleans. This will be the first year in quite a number of years that I plan to spend the entire Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Woo, girl.
Yeah, and so I'm
I
going to
hope
have
you
a little...
show up for the show the next week.
Well, I'm taking off that Wednesday, but anyway, Ash Wednesday. But actually, I'm going to have some video to share, and we'll be able to share a little bit of that.
I love that.
I know, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And one of the things that we're going to be sharing is the Rec's 150th anniversary of the School of Design. And we were fortunate enough to be able to meet with Dr. Stephen Hales, who is the official historian and the co-curator of the Presbyterian Museum's exhibit of Rex. And it is extraordinary. It is extraordinary.
Well, a good place for folks to stop and get a little education and see all the history while they're down there, you know, celebrating for Mardi Gras. It is a fantastic exhibit, you know, to take in between the, you know, hurricanes and catching beads, right?
It is. So we are going to be at the center of international entertainment between Nashville and New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Yeah. I once brought a Mardi Gras to Okinawa, Japan.
You did?
I sure did.
Well, that's a little bit far.
That was the farthest one, I think, yet. But it was great. It was a Marine Corps base, and we did a volleyball tournament for Mardi Gras. We had a parade. We did a king cake baking contest. Had beads and doubloons and stuff sent from Louisiana. And it was a lot of fun, and did that through the USO. Yeah. And a good time was had by all.
Well, who doesn't love a Mardi Gras?
That's
and
right.
so All right, Bets. Well, we're gonna have to put on our Facebook page, Rocket Ride Entertainment, some of the Mardi Gras events going around the state.
We
that
have
you
the
can check on our
75
Facebook page.
parades right here.
75 parades.
75
wow.
parades.
Betsy's going to share that on our Facebook page because she is one woman in the know on everything that's going on.
One woman in the know on the go.
In the know, and we're going to keep you in the know too. But we would want you to check that out on our Facebook page, Rock It Right Entertainment.
Yeah.
And y'all make sure you stay with us because I'm telling you, Tiffany Dickerson, I don't know how she keeps up with herself. She has so much going on, and we can't wait to visit with her up next. So y'all stay put and hang out with us.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit LouisianaTravel.com and plan your getaway today.
The use of opioids and addiction to opioids is on the rise, especially in Louisiana, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. If you have a family member or loved one that you are concerned about with regard to opioid use, please call my clinic, Advantage Health Solutions. You can speak with my nurse or you can speak with myself, and we will talk to you about how to get that person into treatment, and we'll tailor what we do to your needs, and we'll do what we can to get your loved one in treatment and onto the path to health.
Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar since 2014, with a full calendar available on the website 24/7, clickable links to artists and venues. View the entire weekend lineup at a glance and plan your outings with your friends. View professional recordings of local live musicians, watch interviews with people in our music community, and find additional resources. Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser of the great state of Louisiana. Hurricane Ida has brought great devastation to our community. In time of need, Louisianans always step up and help their neighbor. This time is no different. We'll help our neighbors and friends get back as we always do. If you need help or know of someone that needs help or would like to volunteer or make a donation, go to volunteerlouisiana.gov. We are Louisiana Strong. Thank you.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Welcome back to Rocket Right. I am Hurricane Betsy Barnes, here with Dr. K. Solar, and one of the cool chicks that we really want you to meet. So recently I became acquainted. I'd been an admirer, but I became closer acquainted with Tiffany Dickerson. She's one woman, 4 brands, does a lot of things going on. And so I wanted her to come and talk a little bit about what she's doing, but we met at the Arts Council for Greater Baton Rouge at Impact. And you would have gotten to see Kay there, but you'd already met Kay because she was a bigwig with you. Raising money, yeah. So that was such a great opportunity to raise money for breast cancer awareness and for the services. But thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me, Betsy. I love being in front of a microphone.
Is that why you got the nickname Mic Chick?
Yes, and so it's not rocket science, but people say Mick. I'm like, who? I'm not Mick Jagger. But microphone is short for, mic. Microphone. Yeah. So, Mic Chick, Tiffany.
That is really cute.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I think so too.
I think so too.
So I don't think we've ever had a female comedian, or maybe even any comedian. There's people that have been funny.
We haven't.
You are our first comedian.
I'm a virgin.
Yes, you are. You are a virgin here on the show.
So let's hear it. The 1 minute clip.
What 1 minute clip?
Of comedy.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
I didn't know.
On the spot.
Oh, I love being put on the spot for free. Who performs for free? Not
Just
me.
kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Because you need more than 1 minute to get that, punchline in. You got to lay it all out. And
a minute works just fine for my husband. But people, that's the thing. That all the time they're like, "Oh my God, you're a comedian? You don't look like a comedian." I'm like, "Well, what do I look like? A stripper?"
Yeah, what's a comedian supposed to look like?
I don't know. Apparently not like this. But that's what I get all the time, and to make people laugh on demand.
Yes.
Constantly.
But I love that you break the stereotype of whatever it is that a comedian is supposed to look like. We think of comedians as being men. We think of them being middle-aged, maybe a little bit of a pot belly, maybe holding a cocktail. A lot of them who've made the circuit.
You've just been watching too much Ron White. I know. You just described him perfectly.
I know.
I know. You were starting to do the cigar, and
I always loved Jeff Foxworthy, kind of clean humor.
Or Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. Okay,
Yeah.
So we're Joe Rogan fans in our house.
Yeah.
My son turned me on to Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
I'm looking at him, I'm like, golly, that's kind of brutal and raw, but I couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah.
Very inquisitive.
Yeah.
So I think you have to have kind of an inquisitive mind. You can't take yourself too seriously if you're going to joke.
True. With comedians, it's normally they think either you're telling the truth or you're totally lying, or a combination of both. So people are always like, "Oh my God, well, what did she? Is it? Did she really do that?" And I have to say, I'm just joking.
But it gets them thinking.
Yes.
And it makes you unforgettable.
Yes, because I talk about when I perform, pop culture, politics, religion, everything. Nothing is off limits when I perform.
So how long, were you the funny one in your family? And have you been kind of performing since you were little?
No. So I started out dancing, just dancing, always dancing, which later transitioned into modeling and then acting and then comedian. But I was really motivational speaker. Mm-hmm. And when the recession, companies were like,
make me laugh.
Just make our people laugh. Don't worry about motivating them. Just make them laugh.
Yeah.
And that's really how it took off. So
and I think that's how, when you have a motivational speaker and they're boring, then they don't motivate you very much. So if you interject a little comedy in that, I'm sure you capture them and get your points across a lot more.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm very engaging and hands-on, whether it's corporate training or hosting a gala, you name it, I'm going to deliver. And I make every performance customized for that particular audience. So
which means you have to think ahead.
I try.
You're not just winging it.
Well, I'm actually kind of smart too.
Who knew?
I know.
I really think that there is a wisdom and a timing that's necessary. I do not feel I am a good joke teller.
Yeah,
I feel like my timing is a little off, and I can't always remember all the things that lead up to the punchline. But every now and then I'll come off with something kind of funny. But I can laugh at myself.
Look at you.
Yeah, you can't be too serious about yourself. I mean, we obviously, if anybody's listened or watched our show, we do not take each other nor ourselves very serious at all.
No.
You know, but life is too short to be serious all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but I think it's very motivating for people to step out of their mind and go somewhere where they're listening to somebody that's positive, that's funny, that's smiling, that has self-effacing humor, but at the same time kind of makes a point that maybe lifts them up. And I think we've never seen a time where we needed that more than the last 2 years.
Oh, absolutely. The pandemic really, I think, gave people a chance to look at their lives and
their
world
houses
and that too. But being able to make people laugh is the best feeling
Medicine.
for me. Yeah,
Medicine.
That's medicine as well. Laughter just will cure anything you can think of.
Yes.
It prolongs
For sure.
life.
Yeah, for sure. It really does. And there's probably some medical studies that show that as well.
Okay, where's those stats? We were
I'm pretty
expecting
sure
you to
there
have
are.
them.
I can break those out. I know that I have seen them. So,
But your other brand, so that's one brand.
So
the
Mike
Mike
Chick
Chick is one brand.
So everything is 4 brands. One woman is the umbrella. So I have Mike Chick, Juicy Drop Jewelry, which is wholesale jewelry. I've been doing that for over 30 years.
Is it a costume jewelry?
Costume jewelry. I supply to different boutiques in 7 states. And when I started out, I made everything by hand.
wow.
Everything by hand. And then when I had kids, I didn't want them swallowing beads, so then I started doing everything wholesale. I have vendors in St. Louis, New York, Oklahoma, Miami.
Where can we see it locally and in Louisiana?
Here in Baton Rouge.
Because we do love a little bling.
I didn't renew my contracts with a couple of people here.
Okay, well,
but normally
maybe you could slip us a catalog or something. Like send us
It's on the
online.
website.
So once the vendor buys it from me, it's no longer associated. I'm a supplier and a distributor.
Awesome. Very smart.
Generally, well, before COVID, I would have one huge trunk show at a hotel, and everyone would come in. But trying to be, mindful and keep everyone safe, and partner with other boutiques here in town. So that's Juicy Drop Jewelry. Then I have Universal Appeal, where I do coaching for pageants, etiquette, all of that good stuff.
So needed.
Styling, everything you can think of. And then there's the Name Dropper, which is my boutique communications and marketing
I love that
firm.
name, the Name Dropper.
I drop names.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But I
all
love
the time.
That. But I love that.
Constantly. I love microphones. I love making people laugh.
Yes.
I love a good wig. I'm trying not to show out on television. But that's what I love to do.
And you love bling.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like I love leather and lace and,
And it looks good on you.
It does.
I'm just saying.
And, especially like all together. A lot.
All at once.
All at once.
So tell us about a couple of things you're doing. You've got a couple of philanthropic interests that you support. So tell us about a couple of events you have coming up that you're planning to do.
So March the 8th, I think it's the
Which is
8th.
a
It's
Tuesday.
a Tuesday, yes. I will be at Mestizio's. It's Mike Chick and Company. We're going to do some celebrity waiting.
Awesome.
Celebrity waiting?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to serve people. I hope I don't spill margarita on anyone. I have to lick it up. So that should be fun, and it's going to benefit the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Louisiana. I'm an honoree this year for Club Blue. I thought I'm in the 50-plus club. I thought it was like for young people.
No, it's for anybody and everybody that can be a good mentor.
I was shocked. Yeah, I thought I was over the age limit.
No such luck.
Yeah.
No such luck.
And the gala itself is Saturday, March 26th. And so I'm
And where would that
excited.
gala be? Do you remember?
I believe it's at the museum downtown.
Oh, at the Capitol Park Museum?
Yeah, I think it's
that
at
is a
Capitol Park,
wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful location for a gala.
I think so.
Yeah.
So Boys and Girls Club does a lot of great things. They've come on the show and we've talked to them before. And so thank you for everything that you're doing, Tiffany Dickerson. We look forward to being entertained by you again in the future.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank
I've
you.
enjoyed this time. I could stay so much longer.
We
We're
can
gonna
have you
to go
back.
to a full-on comedy
Anytime.
We
show.
love that.
To where
I'm a lot though.
That's all right. We can take a lot.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to it. So
We do. Tiffany Dickerson, thank you so much. And we're going to be right back talking about prevention on the go with Heather Johnson with Mary Bird Perkins, our favorite cancer center. And we'll be right back.
right, photo ops.
My biggest concern was my family and being able to see me come home every day and know everything is going to be okay. I felt comfortable that I was being treated by some of the best. There were some scary points along the way, but it's just kind of like been a little blip in the road.
Money, wellness, fun. Rocket Right Radio takes you all across Louisiana and the nation with guests who live life to the fullest.
I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
I'm Dr. Kay Solar.
You're gonna love it.
Join us every week when we cover
Everything under the sun.
Live and learn with the Wright sisters.
Politics,
health,
music and entertainment.
local agnet.
Rocket Right Radio. You're gonna love it.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser of the great state of Louisiana. Hurricane Ida has brought great devastation to our community. In time of need, Louisianans always step up and help their neighbor. This time is no different. We'll help our neighbors and friends get back as we always do. If you need help or know of someone that needs help or would like to volunteer or make a donation, go to volunteerlouisiana.gov. We are Louisiana Strong. Thank you.
Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar since 2014, with a full calendar available on the website 24/7. Clickable links to artists and venues. View the entire weekend lineup at a glance and plan your outings with your friends. View professional recordings of local live musicians. Watch interviews with people in our music community and find additional resources. Red Stick Music, Baton Rouge's live music calendar.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Kay Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you're interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Kay Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen & Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
There's a joy of life you'll find only in Louisiana. A spirit of celebration that takes your senses places they've never been before. Where expressions of joy are an art form and our way of life. Where an abundance of good food, good times, and great music means there's more than enough to go around. Come one, come y'all. Come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm John Goodman, inviting you to visit louisianatravel.com and plan your getaway today.
Rocket Right Show. I'm Dr. Kay Solar in the house with Hurricane Betsy Barnes. And in our medical segment today, we have with us Heather Johnson. Thank you for joining us, Heather.
Thank you for having me.
So she is the Director of Early Detection and Education at Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. And as we said, February is National Cancer Prevention Month. And so we've been talking a little bit about this, and we want for you to share with us some of the cancer screenings that Mary Bird Perkins offers our community.
First, I want to emphasize the importance of catching cancer early in its earliest stages where it's most treatable. So To assist our community in doing that, Mary Beth Perkins, we offer 5 free screenings for cancer types: breast, colorectal, prostate, oral, and skin cancer screenings through our Prevention on the Go program.
So important for people to just have the opportunity. I think if people take the time to either go into the mobile vans or go to a different community outreach opportunity and just get screened, they're going to feel so much better.
Yes,
they're going to feel relieved, because that little voice, that little bit of fear, what if? And so if it's caught early, what if becomes no problem.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's the goal of our program, is to go to places on our mobile medical clinics where it makes it easier access, because a lot of times we hear from our participants, I can't take off work. I don't have the time to do it. So instead of them having to come to us, we relieve that barrier by going to them in places where they worship, shop, play, to make it easier for them and ease the access to get the care.
Absolutely, because that is so important. That's why we said there's really no excuse. But I think some of the screenings, like we had the husband and wife couple, the Junasias on Dr. Sanjay Junasia and Lauren Junasia a couple of weeks ago, talking about cervical cancer screening and how some of those screening guidelines, the changes have been confusing to women, made them not think about going to their gynecologist as often or such. So I think we got that, honed in. Just go every year, and your doctor will tell you what you need.
Just go get checked. Whether the guidelines say do or not, why not?
Well, you go to your doctor, and your doctor can tell you what is needed. You still need that annual checkup so that someone keeps tabs on there. There may be screenings that you don't know you ought to be getting. But let's talk about some that a lot of people are familiar with: breast cancer and colorectal cancer.
Yes, breast cancer still remains the number one cancer in women in the U.S. So 1 in 8 women in their lifetime will get breast cancer. So there are screenings for prevention. So with our Prevention on the Go program, that's what we emphasize: education on what you do, when to get checked. Guidelines show that women in their 20s should have a clinical breast exam, and that's an examination by a physician to feel for any abnormalities in the breast. And you should have that every 3 years. And guidelines further emphasize that women starting at age 40 should have annual screening mammograms. So that's what we promote with our program.
And that's if you don't have any sign of anything.
That is screening.
Because you might have lumps that are just cysts that are not necessarily cancer.
True.
Your body changes so often. It really does. Women's
but you don't
bodies
know,
change.
and sometimes you need a doctor to check that out if you have anything that's suspicious. And so that's when we talk about diagnostic more evaluation, just like people with family history. So what she is talking about is screening all women in the general population, regardless of risk factors or family history. That's the guidelines. Let's talk a little bit about colorectal cancer screening, because that's coming up. That's in the spring, and so many people do not want to get that done because they're worried about the prep. But it is so life-changing.
Yes, colorectal screening is actually the third leading cause for men and both women in the U.S. Most diagnosed cancer in the U.S. for men and women. And through our program, we promote free screenings. Those screenings consist of a fit kit where you mail in a stool sample.
Right.
And if an abnormality is found or blood is found in the stool, we recommend a colonoscopy, but that colonoscopy that you spoke of is another screening tool. And basically what they do is check for any polyps or early detection of anything that could lead to colorectal cancer.
Right.
So it's important to have those screenings to prevent anything before it leads to cancer, or catch cancer at its earliest stages where it can be treated.
And the great thing about a colonoscopy, it's not just a diagnostic test, it also treats that, because as you see the polyp and it's removed, it could have removed a precancerous lesion before it turned into cancer. And the other thing that we were talking about is that the screening guidelines have made that age younger, and a lot of people aren't aware of that. Everybody has 50 in their brain, but because it's been moving up younger, it's now 45.
Yes, screening guidelines recommend that average risk, age 45, people be screened for colorectal cancer. And of course, depending on family history or symptoms, that age could be moved up sooner due to various factors.
Right. So give us a little bit more details about the prevention on the go. It is so great that y'all are going out to the community, but tell us a little bit more about the program, what all's involved in it.
Our Prevention on the Go program consists of our mobile medical clinics and a team of outreach coordinators, a team of navigators, where we educate first on prevention beforehand, encourage healthy diets so you can prevent things like colorectal cancer, which a healthy diet indicates. And it's one of the most modifiable things that you can do.
Absolutely. And I find that so many people don't know there are so many personal things that you can do as an individual that can lower your risk, that you just don't realize how important those things are. So instead of just screening, what you do yourself on a daily basis can really reduce your risk.
Absolutely.
So I think that that's great that you have all those different modalities to educate people. And then a lot of times people worry about, well, if I do the screening in a mobile unit, then who is going to follow up on that? But y'all follow up on that, and you have the navigators to get them in the right spot if a cancer is identified. Is that correct?
Yes. We first start with education, and then we move to screening for the preventable types of cancer. And then at an abnormal finding, we have a nurse navigator to walk you through the next steps all the way through resolution. She helps you get to your appointments and help identify any barriers that you may have until there's a resolution of findings.
Well,
so
that
we're
could
with
be
you every step of the way.
A barrier of finances. It could be a barrier of transportation. I mean, Mary Berry Perkins does go above and beyond to make sure that every person has a successful outcome.
Yes, with our Prevention on the Go program, we extended it to our workplace component as well, because we identified those barriers of time and day. So we try to offer our screenings after hours, on Saturdays, during lunch shift at the workplace with our workplace prevention program, where we tailor make our program for companies and try to incorporate it in their wellness initiatives and their programs, to where we can go on site and have curbside medical assistance to their employees on the job.
And how great is that? Because a company is healthy if they keep their employees healthy. And so if they're, checking them out and you're getting your screening, then of course that's going to be so much better for everyone who works there.
I have a question.
Yes.
So let's say
Raise your hand, Betsy.
I have a question. Let's say I decide to go to the mobile van, maybe at a church. You're doing it at a place of worship, or maybe downtown or in a community. How long would it take for me to have all 5 screenings? And do you allow someone to do 5 screenings? If you get them there, is it possible to do 5 in a day, or do you need to come back more than once?
Well, we promote our screenings all throughout the year. We have several screenings. We don't necessarily have each screening on each day. We have several screenings, and most of them are combined screenings, at least 2 screenings on one day.
So maybe oral and breast, or maybe
breast
something
and
like that, and then you would have another day that you would have the others. Because it seems like it would take a couple of hours maybe, but if you can get somebody there, they're more likely to make the appointment for the next one or to come in and do that.
Or on several days throughout the year, we have what we call live wells throughout all of our different locations, where we offer all 5 types on one day, on Saturdays throughout the year. So while during the week we screen for certain types, we may combine 2 screenings throughout the year. In all of our locations, we have a major health screening event where we offer everything, so it's a one-stop shop.
So if someone's listening and they're like, hey, where do I go to find out where you're going to be? Do I need to make an appointment? Do I just show up? How does this work, and where can I find out more information?
An appointment is required. We do follow COVID protocols, and we try to accommodate everyone. We do accommodate everyone as best we can within our protocols. So an appointment is required, but we walk you through the process every step of the way. We help you pre-register for your appointment, sign up for your appointment. Our website, maryberry.org, has all additional information on our Prevention on the Go program. We have a calendar of events on where we'll be and what times will be, what place will be, what shopping center will be. So we have that. And you can also call our hotline at 225-215-1234, and by calling there, we can assist you and walk you through.
And if you're thinking that your insurance may be an issue, that's not an issue with this, correct?
No, that's one of the barriers that we eliminate. So anyone who has not been screened in the last 12 months is eligible to be screened by our free screening program. And our program is sponsored by generous donations from community members, grants, and philanthropy.
As we said,
wonderful.
There's no excuse.
That's right.
It's free, and we'll put that information up on our Facebook page, Rocket Ride Entertainment. Thank you so much for all that great information. Heather Johnson, appreciate you being with us.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And we're going to be right back talking to the Peyton North.
At Hightower Dental Concepts, we take a compassionate approach to family dentistry. Our goal is to make your dental experience comfortable and informative so you can make the best dental care decisions for you and your family. We're welcoming new patients to our dental family at Essen & Perkins, and we look forward to meeting you soon at Hightower Dental Concepts. Call us today at 769-0031 or request your appointment at info@dentalconceptsbr.com.
Some call it joie de vivre, the joy of life. In Louisiana, it's our way of life. From music that shakes up your senses to food that wakes up your palate. That joy vibrates in every note we play and spices up every meal we serve. So come live life to the fullest. Come one, come y'all, come feed your soul in Louisiana. I'm Sean Ardway, inviting you to plan your trip at louisianatravel.com.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Since the early 1800s, the Selassie family has played a significant role in the retail industry in Louisiana. Stuart Selassie has achieved the Certified Diamond Graduate designation from the prestigious Gemological Institute of America. What that means to you, whether it's appraisals, design, build, repair, or diamond sales, you have an expert you can count on. At Selassie's, you make all the right choices. Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts in the heart of the Denham Springs Antique District. Find them on Facebook.
The use of opioids and addiction to opioids is on the rise, especially in Louisiana, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. If you have a family member or loved one that you are concerned about with regard to opioid use, please call my clinic, Advantage Health Solutions. You can speak with my nurse or you can speak with myself, and we will talk to you about how to get that person into treatment, and we'll tailor what we do to your needs, and we'll do what we can to get your loved one in treatment and onto the path to health.
Whitetail Properties is not your average real estate company. Land specialist and MSU alum Jeff Taylor in Mississippi and LSU fan realtor Kay Taylor have teamed up. Their sole purpose is uniting buyers and sellers of recreational land. If you're interested in hunting, ranch, investment, and timber properties, Whitetail Properties experts have the right real estate for you. Call Jeff Taylor, 601-248-9433, or Kay Taylor, 225-719-0495, or visit whitetailproperties.com.
I had a meeting with Dr. Barfield, and it kind of just hit me. It probably is cancer. After the surgery, I wasn't scared anymore. I was looking forward to getting started with chemo. Not one time did I get a nurse in a bad mood. I was here for 5 hours at a time, and I did not dread coming. To get people from around the country to come to Baton Rouge, that says a lot right there. That this place is cutting edge.
Betsy Barnes, usually with Dr. K Solar, but I decided to take a little solo interview with an up-and-coming musician and artist and someone who really is preferring to be a little undefined in his creative pursuits, and that is Peyton North, who just happens to be my son. So we're following up with you. Hey. We're following up with you with some things you've got going on regarding your art, your performances in music, and you've recently had some really good things happen. You know, I've interviewed CJ Solar quite a few times, and it's good to interview you, and it's just nice to see two young men who are in different genres but pursuing their dreams in the music industries.
Cool. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So recently, you've had some good things happen. Let's first talk about your music.
Okay.
So you've been performing live a little more often. So tell us a little bit about that.
Been booking shows and having the opportunity through God and amazing people to put me in the right position to give me the microphone and turn up and have a blast. And that's starting to happen more frequently, and that's the dream.
So you also have been doing some modeling.
Yes, we
So
have.
tell us about a couple of the projects that you've recently done. One was kind of a big launch of a New Orleans brand.
Yes, we had, I did a shoot for Sazerac House, and that was an amazing experience, definitely a blessing. And then I guess you're alluding to the magazine cover for Vivid Magazine.
Yeah, so we actually have that cover, if we can pull that up. So tell us about Vivid Magazine and how that all came about.
Vivid Magazine came about through New Orleans Fashion Week. And I met Bobby Lee, who was a photographer at New Orleans Fashion Week. And following that, he said, "Man, I like your style. What can we do together?" And it just meshed. It was perfect. Like, it was definitely a vibe, and it was a blessing to grace that cover.
So not only did you get to, be on the cover, which I thought was really a cool opportunity, although, to be honest, there's my favorite picture right there. That is my favorite one, of you jumping in the air, holding two pieces of art on the ground. It's really, he captured your energy perfectly. He really did.
Yes, indeed.
But you didn't want to talk a whole lot about that. You didn't want to tell me where you were shooting it or exactly what you were doing. And then after the fact, shared with me a couple of pictures before they came out, which I was not allowed to share, by the way. But I was really amazed at how he captured your energy, and then your clothing, the suitcase, all the accessories were all your designs. Those were all things that you had created.
It's definitely, there has to be energy both in front of and behind the camera from both people. And honestly, working with somebody like Bobby Lee, it made my job, which is being myself, that much easier.
It's easy to be yourself.
Not always, but it's a blessing to be able to do that for a job.
Yes. So that was the 3rd anniversary of Vivid Magazine. The photos were taken in Baton Rouge, some at some abandoned buildings that had some graffiti, some in some other areas. That one is kind of fire. It literally looks like you're painting the jacket with fire. But what was the story behind those clothes?
The story behind those clothes was this photo shoot. I had the clothes I wore in New Orleans Fashion Week and designed for Fashion Week. But these, I was like, I want to get him to get me making it. Like, that's the most beautiful and purest part. Like, the finished product is dope, but the journey, that's what defines the value of the destination. And so I went and got these clothes like an hour before the shoot and bought spray paint, just went crazy, and said, "Do your thing, man. Just keep snapping. I'm going to keep doing me."
Yeah. You've been for a long time designing shoes. Like, as long as I can remember, you've been creating shoe designs, starting with soccer cleats and then tennis shoes. And now you're doing that too. And your shoes and your clothing and custom clothes, on commission, and there's some pictures of those there. You actually have those in a retail location, a pretty popular retail
Shout out
location.
to Cars and Culture, baby. Turn me up. Perkins Road, Cars and Culture.
Yeah, that's a
what
live
it is.
painting you did on Super Bowl Sunday. And you just had an audience of people. So Anthony Renato, who's the owner and founder of Cards and Culture, who highlights a lot of local artists and people that think out the box, has really been a great supporter supporter of yours.
Facts.
Okay, so
it's
boom.
it's a
First
blessing to
love
have
from,
somebody
baby.
that believes
Cars
in me
and
like
culture.
that. And
for the Super Bowl, we're gonna be
And there's a
painting
video
today.
of you going into the store with your clothing
Turn me up
in
for
the
one
window.
time, man.
Window shopping, baby.
In your art.
Turn me up. You already know.
That's really exciting, and a lot of this has happened in a short period of time. Like the month of February has really been very good to you. I mean, this has been like your lucky month. That some really great things have
I
happened.
wouldn't say lucky, but yeah.
Lucky.
It's been
Blessed. Yes.
Prosperous.
Yes.
Prosperity.
So the modeling, the exposure, the retail location, and then there's the custom clothing, the commission clothing. Share about how that works, how you do that.
You supply the clothes, I supply the flows. That's my favorite way it goes. Is for you to give me what you want to wear, or I'll get it for you, and then I do my thing, send it back. And one of ones. That's the best thing is one of a kind, one of ones. There's even if you make something that looks like something else, whenever it's hand painted, it's one of one. But that's my favorite.
So talk about this particular jacket that you're wearing. It's multicolor with the navy and the blue, but it also has your barcode. A lot of your clothing has your barcode on it.
Check me out.
For Living the Dream, which is your company.
Right, living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Making timeless memories, lifestyle.
Yeah. So you like to repurpose clothing.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah.
There's so many clothes, there's so many things that are already produced. Why do you need to go buy something else when you can give a new story to something that has a story, and now that's that story. That's
Mhm.
authentic.
So name the things that you'll paint on, that you paint, bedazzle, stud, barcode.
Whatever you give me. If you give me a refrigerator, I'll paint that.
For a small price. And so right now, you are selling your art, and people are buying your art, and clothing, you're taking orders for clothing.
Correct.
So what are some of your favorite pieces that you've done you'd like to continue? Shoes? Suitcases?
All of it. There's I love jackets and outerwear and stuff like that, but yeah, all of it. Like we could do anything from a suit jacket to nurse scrubs to overalls to nothing at all. Let me just paint your body, whatever you want.
For people who haven't seen your music videos, they really are kind of a reel for movies. You've done some commercials, you've done some commercial photography, but how do you like doing the videos? I mean, you write the lyrics. You know, tell us a little bit about that process, because I am a little fascinated.
The music videos are cool because however many of them I have, I think it's like 8 or 9, I can look back on each one and say that was one of the 8 or 9 best days of my life for each one.
Mhm.
And so it's like where you take thoughts, feelings, emotions, pain, joy, hurt, amazing whatever's, all just how you feel, put it into a song, and then whenever I'm making the song, I'm envisioning it, I see it all. So then the video is the day that the whole project really comes to life, everything really comes to life. And pulling those pieces together, or getting this person, that person, and we're all here, it's like, it's a whole nother fun part of it. So like really the creation of the music, creation of the concept, writing the story, the screenwriting of the video, directing how I want it to go, and creating the inspiration for every single shot, and then getting the pieces to actually do it, then helping edit it, and then having it finished, it's sick.
It's a good feeling. I mean, you get excited when you talk about it, but it's like you're playing multi-levels of chess games because you're doing all this all at once.
Right.
So what's really neat, I think, is that you have involved a lot of young creatives, people who've never really had a platform, or people that have some experience in film and editing, and then you're collaborating with all of them, pulling them together, and you kind of have responsibility you have complete responsibility and control over the final product and how that's presented.
Right.
You know?
And
it's a lot of management in that.
It is, but it is.
It is. So I think we have a minute to show maybe some of your videos so people can see exactly. And so you're looking at doing some acting, you're looking at doing some other modeling and projects. Tell us about this one.
This is Look What I Did. Shot this in Atlanta. This was my first production, like all the videos, like, oh yeah, this is a dope production, but this was the first one where they came out and did their thing, and like, whoa, this is for real. This one's 225 and Beyond. Shout out to Mama Carol, and yeah, this is just another one, another day at the office.
And this is another one that you did at, I think, the Mandeville Airport.
That was St. Tammany Airport. This was where I went skydiving and then went back to shoot the video at that point.
So you went skydiving on your 21st birthday?
22nd.
22nd. And so this was the plane that you actually did, but you wrote this after you got back from New York. And you've been to New York and worked with another couple of collaborations on video and clothing there.
Indeed.
That was a great experience.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm so glad that you could update us. Those are some really good things. You know, I just really am happy to see your joy. I mean, you have such joy.
Thanks, Mom.
When you, you know, it's weird to go, thanks, Mom, in an interview, but it is. I'm excited to interview you about it because I've been really amazed because a lot of this I didn't realize you were doing so much and so many levels of creativity, but I'm really proud of you.
I appreciate you saying so.
And I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Indeed.
Yeah, and I think, you know, and so tell people how they can reach you.
You can find me on Instagram, Peyton North with one N, PeytonNorth, no space. And yeah, slide in my DMs. You already know what it is, shawty.
And then you can also go by and connect with you through Cards and Culture.
Through Cards and Culture,
in
baby.
Perkins Road in Baton
You can find it
Rouge.
on Apple Music. I said Instagram, but you can do Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, you name it. Boom, boom, bam.
You're on LinkedIn. Linktree, not LinkedIn.
Linktree, LinkedIn, whatever. We linking,
stuff.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us. I do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to have a lot of fun seeing what happens next. Gosh, March is almost here. Oh, my goodness.
It's time.
So we'll see what happens. That's right. So thank you, and we hope that you'll watch next week's show. We're going to be talking a little bit about Rex and the 150th anniversary of the School of Music. I'm sorry, the School of Design at the Presbyterian Museum. And just remember, if you're going to rock it, make sure you rock it right.
We live in a dream, baby.
Are you a business owner that could use just one more customer? Those empty tables, vacant appointments, idle employees, and expired merchandise are missed opportunities. What if there were a community that connects you to high-value and motivated customers, giving you a competitive edge in the marketplace and increasing your revenue? Introducing Partners One. You keep doing what you do best, taking care of your customers, and we'll do what we do best, sending you new customers to take care of. Call us today to find out how Partners One can work for your business.
Rock It Right with Betsy Barnes and Dr. K. Solar is brought to you by these generous sponsors. Partners One, better barter for Baton Rouge and beyond.
Mary Bird Perkins, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center, Selassie Jewelry and Fine Gifts, Advantage Health Solutions with Dr. Boyd Michael Helm, Hightower Dental Concepts with Dr. Leah Larson, City Group Hospitality including City Pork Brasserie and Bar, City Pork Catering, City Slice, City Taco, Rouge Creole, and Beau Soleil.
Talent 360 Consulting with Vicki Little. Jeff Taylor, Realtor and Forester with Whitetail Properties. The 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. Elite Chiropractic with Dr. Ron McMorris. LouisianaIsATrip.com. Take one. Thank you for making our show possible.